never give up. It's just going to get better and better and better and better. And then you're going to be like, yo, why was I ever thinking about giving up?
People be talking a lot, I just noticed. They do not walk the talk, they be provoking. Say that they are a boss, I say they joking. I just be growing like it is meiosis. You don't got advantage cause your DNA status. Ballin' out March Madness. Head of my race like I'm POTUS. Since a kid I always knew I was chosen. Know that we smooth like it's lotion. We making waves that are bigger than oceans, We go crazy like psychosis, yeah. Got the drip like it's osmosis, yeah. No advantage from your DNA status. Ballin' out March Madness. Head of my race like I'm POTUS. Since a kid I always knew I was chosen.
Alright, more inspiration, guys.
Don't ever give up. You guys got this, no matter how hard it may get. You got this.
What's going on, guys? We are back with another episode of the Hustle House 24/7 365 podcast. I'm your host, Lamar, Mr. Creamcap, Lambo CEO, and I got my co-hosts,
Cody Stockton, Various Layers, Beasts.
Yes, sir. And guys, it's been a while since we've put up a podcast, but we are back. Me and Cody have both been busy with our, well, really personal lives and business lives. We had a lot of things going on for the month of August, but we are back. We finally found some time to get up here and continue to provide value to you guys as we've been doing since the very beginning. We've been at this, we're almost at 2-3 months now, I believe.
Since April.
Since April?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. 4 months. That's what's up. Well, but yeah, guys, so we're going to keep this one simple. We're going to keep this one short. Our goal throughout this whole entire time that we've been doing this podcast is just to, put value out there, motivate, inspire people, to the best of our ability, as well as, just share our insights, our opinions on a lot of different things. But our ultimate goal here has been to help you guys get better. We've been doing this as a way to help hold ourselves accountable as well. But the priority is to help you guys get better, help you guys understand how to win in this reality of a society that we're living in. Because, when shit gets better, we aren't pressed by, freaking tyrants, individuals that are, prevalent inside our society. But when shit gets better, people get better, things get better overall for everybody all around. Personal development is the ultimate rebellion in a society where they want you sick, they want you weak, they want you poor, they want you hungry, they want your hands out, they want you to depend on them for anything and everything. So at least for me, personal development, I feel like is the only thing that can really help you break out of, I don't want to use too many metaphors, those shackles that they lay on us to, live and have a better life for yourself and, live a life full of, or live a life of fulfillment, But today's topic, I kind of came up with earlier today was, how is having core values for not only for yourself as an individual, but also having core values like if you're in business, for how you operate and how you go about your business, as well as anybody that works with you in your business, people that you partner up with, people that work for you, just making sure that you have values, you have morale, you have ethics in business, so that way you continue to not only grow and expand and scale, but just become a person of value overall. Making sure that people understand what it is that you do in business, making sure people understand that, you want to make sure that people understand that you're a good business person or someone that they want to do business with, that you're going to treat, everybody the same, no matter what it is that they're paying you. But overall, just having values that are important and making sure that, it's congruent with what you're about and what you represent as an individual, as a person yourself, because we live in a time where people can see through bullshit. No one goes for all the little sales tactics that they, that was, I don't know, I guess taught and presented to people, I would say 10, 20 years ago. People see through bullshit. People know when you're lying. People know when you're faking it. People know when you're a fraud. No one's stupid these days. People pay attention. They should pay attention to a lot more, but they pay attention, especially when it comes to doing business. And while not everybody knows how to do things properly, and while not every consumer/customer is right, as the old saying used to be, and you're going to come across people that, just don't understand how to do business, and then it's up to you whether or not you want to work with them. But it's still important to have some type of code in a sense, and have some type of ethic on how you're going to approach things. You want to ask yourself, if you got a service-based business like me and Cody, where we provide a service to people, you want to ask yourself, how am I doing this? Am I doing this right? Am I doing this efficiently? Am I doing this to the best of my ability? Am I providing a high quality service? Does my price make sense for what I am doing? Can other people see that I'm doing those things? Is it showing that I'm doing these things? Just simple stuff like that, questions you want to ask yourself, to make sure that you are setting the proper expectation, that you are setting the tone for yourself, and you're holding yourself responsible, and holding anybody, that's working for you or your team responsible as well. But that's mainly what the topic I want to talk about today. Something that I do individually for myself and any type of business that I'm operating in, or people that I'm working with, is, like I just said, is setting the proper expectation. Your limits, what you can and cannot do, the service that you can and cannot provide, the quality of product or service that you can or cannot provide. Don't go out here over promising and under delivering to people that you can produce, X result in Y amount of time for this price, when you know that you're probably not going to be able to do it in that time. Or don't go out here and try to charge the hell out of people for stuff that that it just doesn't make sense. And I'm not saying you got to go out here and be cheap. I'm not saying you got to go out here and be the cheapest price possible, because that will get you in a place where you're if you're cheap product or cheap prices, you're probably dealing with people that are going to be kind of crappier to you, because they just can't afford the high quality service. You want to be someone that has a high quality service, a high quality product, and you want to present it in the right way. So set the proper expectation. You want to do good business. You want to treat people fairly. If it is someone that can, only afford this, and they're willing to pay you, and you're willing to do the job, treat them the same as the person that is willing to throw, even more money at you for maybe, maybe it's not the same as that job, but maybe a bigger job. Because at the end of the day, especially when you're starting out and you're a small business owner, you want to be able to gain some type of reputation. You want to be able to have people speak highly of you and your product or service. So sometimes, before you can get to the big names that pay the big bucks to do these things, that are paying commercial operations, that have contracts in place, sometimes you got to work with the little person. Sometimes you got to work with the little guy, the small family, the small business owner. And you got to get yourself out there. You got to make sure not only are you providing a good service or product, but that it's affordable at the same time, but not undercutting or shorting yourself out of getting paid. Because at the end of the day, if you started a business, the whole point is to make money. At least I hope it is for most of you guys. If you got passion projects and stuff that you enjoy doing, that's great too, but make sure you're making some money. But yeah, treat everybody. Basically, what I'm saying is treat everybody the same, especially the person that has $1 compared to the person with $100. And I'm obviously using small numbers as an example, but you never know the type of people that you come across and do business with that can lead you to other people that are willing to pay you more, or other people that might trust that person and their opinion, their testimonial about you and your high quality service, and how much you didn't overcharge them, and you didn't hit them with a bunch of extra fees. You provided exactly what you say you're going to provide it. You never know where that individual might lead to, because there are people out here. There are billions of people on this planet, millions of people in this country, and you don't know who knows who. And at the end of the day, it's about who you know, not what you know and what you can do. It's about who you know. And that person that you're doing, a cheaper job for, that you're just trying to, get an entry level job with them, they might know somebody that's doing some big bucks doing some big business that they'll recommend that person to you. You know, they'll send you business, especially if it's like someone that's a small business owner, especially in your town, because people trust people. You know, people don't pay attention to billboards nowadays. People don't like advertisements. No one listens to the radio. You know, people pay extra money on streaming platforms like YouTube, like Hulu. I mean, not Hulu, crap. Yeah, Hulu's one of them. Spotify, just so they don't have to listen to ads. I've literally been at people's houses where they'll mute the TV when commercials are on. No one's paying attention. So while some forms of advertising work, like social media, for example, which is how, you know, me and Cody promote ourselves and our business, there are a lot of other forms of advertising that are super outdated that people just aren't paying attention to. But what are people paying attention to? They're paying attention to their friends and their family that say, hey, this person did a good job, or that company did a good job, or this is where I get this. That's where I go to do this. And it can eventually lead you to, you know, being able to build a bigger business and scale and do more, you know, and make more money, do more work, grow your business. Word of mouth advertising is the best, the highest performing way of advertising nowadays. I'm gonna try. If Cody comes to me and tells me that, you know, he knows somebody that can do this, he speaks highly of them. He puts, you know, like puts everything behind them, supports them, whatever. I'm going to listen to him than some random person or ad or whatever that I saw and I don't know anything about that company. You know, I'm gonna trust my friend, you know, to bring me that to give me that good recommendation, you know? So you want to, you know, the whole point I'm trying to make is you want to make sure that you're not just, you're not too big for the little guy, you know, especially when you grow and you get to a place where you're making a lot of money and your business is established and you got people working for you, you got people working under you, doing a lot of the work for you. You don't want to be too big for the small person or the small business owner or the family that, you know, just needs this one little job done. It's not going to take you much. You're not going to make a lot of it. But because, like, you know, like I said, that can lead you to more business. And it just shows the quality of person you are. There's people out here that know that what they're asking and what they're paying might not be, you know, what they would get from a, you know, Inc. 500 company or some reputable company in their area, you know, but they will be your biggest fan probably till the end of time, unless, you know, you end up doing some bad business with them or they find somebody better. You know, it happens sometimes, but they are going to be your biggest supporters, and they're going to recommend their friends and their family and their neighbors to your service. I've seen this personally, like when I've worked with Cody in his business. We come and do a good, fast, efficient job. People compliment us on how fast we work and how we're not lazy. We're not milking the clock. We're getting it done. We're practicing safe habits. And Cody has his business cards ready. And next thing you know, he's getting booked multiple jobs just from that one job where we did a good job. And we didn't tax him out the asshole like some of these other big companies like that. I mean, that's just one example that I've seen myself, especially like working with him. Same thing with what I do. I work with clients one-on-one individually, you know, to get them the result that they're looking for. And I don't charge them out the ass for it because, I mean, who am I? I'm not too good for anybody, whether it's someone here in my neighborhood, in my city, in my town, or it's someone across the country doing, you know, $1 million business, and they're doing $1 million deals. I treat everybody the same way, no matter who they are. I give them my time of the day. I make sure I talk to them. I give them my opinions, my advice. I share with them my expertise and whatever it is that I'm doing. Because I don't look at anybody necessarily different. Yeah, there's some people out here doing bigger things than other people, have a lot more success and a lot more accomplishments and whatnot. But that doesn't mean that I'm just going to work with those people. Like, I'm going to try to work with, you know, whoever I can, as long as they're not wasting my time and they're treating me with respect and they understand, you know, what it is that we're trying to do. We're trying to get to a common goal here. You know, that's how I'm going to treat it, whether they're paying me not as much as that other person or not, because I want to be someone that does good business, and I want to be known for someone that does good business. I want to be known for not overlooking people just because they're not a certain status or a certain income level. You got anything you want to add to that? I'm kind of ranting here right now.
Yeah, so just as far as the referrals coming from like doing good business and just doing good business in general, business in general, it's just good to establish that reputation and establish that standard for your company, and then also have, or just whatever you do, and then have whoever else is working with you or working under you, whatever, have that same standard, because like he said, you can get referrals. You never know what business is going to come from it. But not only that, like a lot of the jobs that I've been getting have been like repeat customers and word of mouth. Like we get new jobs a lot as well, but I have a customer that I went to like 2 days ago and did a job. It took us like 45 minutes. He paid us really good, and it was like our 5th job we've done for him. Third to 5th job, something like that. Gave us a bunch of free furniture that's worth over like $1,000 altogether. Sold some of it on Marketplace, made some extra money. He's like, yeah, man, I'm gonna come back to you in like a week or two because I got more shit. And then I just booked a job this morning. This will be the 3rd job I'm doing for this family. And they're referring their brothers, their sisters, and everything like that. And it's just because we go there and we have good customer service. We do a little bit of extra for free. We're not trying to milk the clock and take everything off of them. You know, we do a great job, even though we may be doing extra sometimes, and we keep a good attitude about it. And that's just important, the customer service aspect. And then that also leads up to higher clients. I did Frank Reich twice and Linda Reich. That's the NFL head coach, Colts. And he came to us twice because we were just very professional. I didn't know who he was either. His wife told us when we were about to leave. And we were like, oh, shoot. He gave us free like Colts stuff. But we didn't even know who he was. And then he had us come back, and both times he tipped us and then told us to a bunch of his friends. We've been booked up there from some of his people, and then they passed him on and stuff like that. So just having good customer service, having a good attitude, you know, having a standard for your business, being professional, being efficient, and, you know, just showing people that you care and you're actually trying to provide them the best service possible, opposed to just trying to take money and get as much money as possible.
Yeah, you want to start valuing customers. You want to make sure you're not valuing customers based on the amount of dollars that they're spending. You want to value customers for just the fact that they are a customer overall, and the money will come regardless. You want to start valuing customers for the fact that they're a customer, and not for the amount of money that they're spending. Because at the end of the day, like, as you grow and you develop that reputation for, like, not even just you, but your business as a whole, then you can start putting a little bit more value on what it is that you provide. Then you can start charging more. Then you can start making, you know, getting the bigger clients, the bigger jobs, making more money once you've established yourself. But especially when you're starting out, you're not too good for anybody. You're not too, I mean, you shouldn't feel that way unless you got like some super duper secret sauce that is worth like $1 million type of whatever, or some disruptive technology or something. You know, treat everybody the same way, especially when you're starting out, and don't get too big for people when you do get to that point of success. You know, if you're scaling and expanding the right way, you should be able to handle any type of business, any type of size of business, especially if it's a service you're providing. If you set everything up properly and you expanded and you built a team out, and you have, well, you know, if it's different locations or different people that can go to certain spots to do a job, you know, depending on what it is that you do, you should be able to set up to the point as you're growing that, you know, you can still continue to take on the customers that help you got where you are. You know, you want to make sure that, and a lot of people say, you know, stay humble, and it's not even just about staying humble. It's just humility overall. You gotta recognize and realize you wouldn't be where you are, or you wouldn't have got this success without, you know, the people that helped you get there. So you shouldn't feel like you're too good to work with these people or talk to them, or, you know, sell them your product or your service or anything like that. Because, you know, just as you've gotten to that point, you know, whatever it took you to get there, it can all be taken away from you too. Especially you could do bad business with the wrong person, and next thing you know, you lose it all. You know, whether it's something that has to do with the legal issue or just someone that has a higher reputation and more influence than
Moving
you
helper.
Yeah. Yeah, shit. Yeah, exactly. That's an example. I won't go into it because that's not my thing, but yeah, you never know when it can be taken away, and it might not even be anything that's your fault. It could be over some bullshit like Cody's had to deal with. He's had to deal with some bullshit that has absolutely nothing to do with him, but, you know, it is what it is. You keep it going, you keep moving along. But But yeah, it's just very important. Have values, have ethics, have morals. You know, don't be like these greedy ass motherfuckers out here. Because look at all of us now up here. You know, saying fuck the big guy or the people that make all this money, tax the rich, do this, do that. Which, you know, I have my own opinions on that, and that's not what we're going to talk about today. But there are people out there that are some greedy ass motherfuckers. They're not like they're doing anything great in the world. You know, like have people treating people as slaves that work for them, paying them under minimum wage or paying them in other countries so they can save a buck. You know, don't become one of those people. Don't be greedy. There's plenty of money out here in the world. There's plenty of things to do with money. There's plenty of experiences that you can have without money. And just don't be a greedy motherfucker. Take care of yourself. Take care of your business. Take care of your people. You know, do whatever else it is that you're trying to do as far as your money making journey with business, but don't lose yourself in all the madness and all the chaos. You know, try to remain and remember who you are and just treat people the same way. A lot of people say that, you know, you get money and you get big and then you become a different person. And who's to really say? I can't even say that that's really true for people. I think money is more of an amplifier for who people really are, you know, inside. And it's just a matter of if they had the confidence to show it before or not. And for whatever reason, money makes people confident and believe it or not, makes people happy. Does it buy it? I don't know. It's an argument for another day, if it buys happiness or not. But I can definitely tell you that anytime I met any motherfucker that's got some fucking money on them, some deep pockets, they're in a pretty fucking good mood because they have nothing to worry about. They have nothing to stress about. They ain't gotta, you know, should we go to McDonald's or can we go here? They don't think about any of that. You know, they're in a good mood because the pockets are full. They're not hungry, you know, and they, you know, they're doing big things. They're successful or you know, they got a good job, good career, or whatever it is that they're doing, you know? So, but back to the point I'm making is, you know, be not just be humble, but, you know, humility at the end of the day. Like, just know that you wouldn't be shit without, you know, everything that you went through or the people that you worked with or the people that you did stuff for to get to that point. And the last point I want to make on this topic is make sure that people know what it is that you're doing. You know, make sure you put we've talked about this plenty of times in the past on different episodes. You know, if you guys are if this is the first video you're ever watching of us, go back and check out some of our other content. Check out the descriptions of what we talk about. Cody uploads all of our videos and does a really good job at making sure our description matches like what the video was about. So we talked about this plenty of times before, but put yourself out there and make sure people know what you're doing and be proud of your work. You know, ask people for not only referrals, but to leave you good reviews, you know, whether it's on your social media, your website, or on bbb.com or whatever the Better Business Bureau website is. Speaking of, we should see more positive stuff on there. Everybody goes to BBB just to leave negative reviews. Like, why is there no positive stuff on BBB?
Yeah, Pack and Load has negative reviews.
Yeah, like
because they don't pay people.
Oh shit. Yeah, like but make sure people know, you know, what it is that you're doing. Put yourself out there, advertise yourself, market yourself, advertise, you know, and if you do good work and you do good business, it will all come. And you stay consistent. You stay consistent, you keep pushing, you remain humble. All these things are part of what I was talking about with core values and having ethics. It's all, you know, you got to have like your own code. You know what I mean? And sometimes you might be working on it and developing it as you're going along, but have your own code and something that you stick to, whether it's yourself or in business. I mean, look at all these places out here. It's almost like, you know, look at these high school, like, or football teams. If you guys ever played sports for, like any, like schools or anything, they usually have like a phrase, like in the weight room or in the gym or in the locker rooms, or a better example, this is the only one I can think of right now, like a police department. What do they have? What is their motto? You know, protect and serve. Do they protect and serve? You know, again, another argument for another day. But, you know, every business formation or organization that involves people and providing something or performing in a type of way has like a code of ethic or a code of standards or standards of procedure, SOPs, if you want to, get into the details of how you should go about what you're doing the proper way, and, align yourself, whatever it is, with the business itself, whether it's your business or you're working for somebody else. So, but that's just kind of the main thing I wanted to bring today, give you guys a little something different, talk a little bit more about business stuff. As you know, we range from the subjects and the topics that we talk about here. But like I said at the very beginning of the podcast, our ultimate goal is just, to give people a different point of view, a different perspective, and just overall help people in any way that we can. That's what we both do. We help people with our individual businesses that we're working, that we've set up, and we try to help people in other aspects as well. Cody's just not all about, business. Cody is very, informed, when it comes to health and fitness, and just overall how to, live a healthy and fulfilling life, and being disciplined and things like that. Same as me. I'm not just all business and money minded and focused, even though I know it seems like that sometimes for anyone that follows me on social media. But if you really pay attention to some of the things I talk about, I talk about a lot of different things, and it's always positive value, I'm putting stuff out there to make people think, and and open people's eyes and make them realize, how to approach a situation or how to look at something that's happening to them and not focus so much on the negative. That's mainly what I talk about. Personal development type traits. Cody is the same way, and it sucks because me and Cody will get a lot of shit from people just because we're preaching positivity and having a different, a certain type of mindset about things. And it's like, I don't know, it's crazy to me. It's like, I don't know why people get offended or get upset. It's like, this is how we really are. We're not faking it or nothing like that. These big influence out there that, teach some of the same things, like David Goggins, like, that's a hard ass motherfucker, but I promise you that motherfucker is happy, and people just coming at him like, oh, you can't be like that. You can't do this. It's not good for you, yada, yada, yada. It's like, why the hell not? I don't understand why. Yeah. Oh no, bro. It's all over. It ain't even just here. Yeah. It's all over. Not necessarily about us, but just like I'm just saying in general. I'm saying that in general. But that's what we're here, and we're gonna keep doing it. We're gonna keep putting out content. We're gonna talk about a lot of different things. This was a little bit more focused on business. We're gonna keep pushing and putting stuff out. So, like it or love it, we ain't going nowhere. Maybe a different studio or house or something, but we ain't going anywhere. Anything you want to add, Cody?
Yeah, so pretty much what I've noticed for as far as my business is concerned, with my social media, moving company, everything like that, if you just do good by people, have a standard, be professional, actually try to do right by the customer, have integrity, and don't lie to them about anything, or don't lie to yourself, and you're actually out here to try to help people, serve people, provide some sort of value. That's the main thing, providing some sort of value. Then it always works out. And if you have a bad day, or if you don't have as good of a week as last week, whatever it may be, it's always going to be better. But you have that mindset, and you have planted those seeds of value to sprout something in the future, So just stay positive with the mindset. And just, if you're going to be out here trying to make money with a service or business or anything, or just anything in general, ethics, morals, and standards of operations, procedure, and stuff like that is very key and very important, and you'll succeed if you do that stuff.
I like that analogy. Plant seeds to sprout something in the future.
Yes, sir.
That's dope. I fuck with that. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it from us. Like I said, we were going to keep this one short. Be on the lookout. We did film another podcast. We're just kind of waiting on the green light to put it out. We will make the announcement when that one comes out. So this one's probably going to be episode 16 for us. Yeah, episode 16 of the Hustle House 24/7 365 podcast. Again, like, follow, subscribe, share the content if you fuck with us, if you fuck with what we're talking about, if you took something out of what we talked about today, took any value out of out of the chat between me and Cody, or maybe I was just kind of ranting, but appreciate it, guys. Go ahead.
I'm also giving commissions away, so if any of you guys give me a moving deal, so if it's a load and unload, you say you bring me a customer and the deal goes through, we schedule them, we do the job, we load all their stuff, unload all their stuff, I'll pay you $50 cash, Cash App, Venmo, whatever. If it's just a load, we just load it onto a truck, $25. If it's just an unload, we take it off the truck, $25. But I mean, a lot of people are moving. An incentive for you guys to send me some referrals. Contact me on Facebook or any of my social media platforms, various_layers, key of the day, whatever. And yeah, just throwing that out there. If you guys want to make some extra money, just referring your friend who might have to move.
Yeah, and Cody pays out, unlike pack and load.
Yeah, pack and load.
According to BBB. So just throwing that out there for someone tries to get some for slander or some bullshit. But anyways, guys, again, appreciate everyone that has been following us up to this point. Like, share, subscribe if you fuck with the content. And yeah, we will see you guys next time. That has been another episode of the Hustle House 24/7 365 podcast. I am Lamar, Mr. Creamcap, Lambo.
And I'm variouslayerz, Cody Stockton. And peace out.